You are in bed, half asleep, reading about ancient Rome because your brain will not shut up. Then the mattress jerks under you. You do not land on the floor. You burst into cold clouds with your hands and feet above you, screaming before you understand why. The clouds tear open, and a city appears below. Stone roofs, smoke, walls, and streets rush up until the ground hits you. You push yourself up from a dusty street, choking on pain. People around you shout, but every word lands like noise. You say, "Help," then "Please," then nothing useful. A man answers fast in a language you cannot follow at all. The city hits you through smell first. Sweat, bread smoke, animal waste, hot stone, and water somewhere nearby. You pull out your phone by reflex. The screen says no service, and 3 strangers lean closer like you uncovered a weapon. You shove the phone away as a mule cart lurches behind you. Someone yanks your sleeve before the wheel reaches your ankle. You back into a wall because standing still feels safer than choosing wrong. Your ribs hurt and your mouth is dry. Then you hear water. Not a sink, not pipes, but a steady stone splash cutting through the street noise. You walk toward it slowly, expecting someone to stop you. Nobody does, so you kneel and drink with shaking hands. A skinny boy with a clay jug points at the fountain and says one word clearly. Aqua. You repeat it like a password. The boy watches your hoodie, your shoes, your beard, your phone pocket. His face says what the others are thinking. Then bread smell hits you so hard your stomach cramps. Across the plaza, flat loaves sit under a red awning. You step up and hold out modern coins. The bread woman looks at them, looks at you, and closes her fist. She says something sharp and points away. You do not know the words, but you know she wants you gone. A man in a short cloak notices the paper bill. His eyes narrow, and the crowd suddenly gives him room. Lucius appears at your elbow and pushes your hand down. He shakes his head once, fast, like the warning is urgent. You grab the money and step back. The officer's voice follows you, but you keep your eyes low and move. The alley is narrower and worse. Dirty water crawls beside your shoes, but at least the crowd cannot surround you. You stop under a patched awning outside a small shop. A shopkeeper watches your empty hands, then points at stacked jars. You do not understand the deal, but you understand the gesture. Lift this, carry it there, maybe get food. The amphora is heavier than it looks. You nearly drop it twice, and every worker nearby laughs without hiding it. When you finally set it down, the shopkeeper tears off a hard piece of bread and drops it into your hand. You eat too fast. The bread scratches your throat, but you keep chewing because your body has stopped caring about dignity. Lucius finds you again and laughs once, not cruelly. He taps the bread and says another word. Panis. You repeat the 2 words you have. Aqua and panis. Water and bread. For now, that is enough to keep moving. Beyond the market, you see an oval wall rising over rooftops. It is not a replica. It is too dirty, too loud, too alive. A stone inscription catches your eye. You recognize the letters, but you cannot make the words turn into English. An older man at a writing stall watches you struggle. He tries Latin, then Greek, then points at your chest and says, "Barbarous?" You say, "Rome?" because it is the only word that might survive time. The man nods and taps the ground twice. He does not explain time travel. He draws 3 crude marks: fountain, market, river. Useful things, not answers. When you show him the phone, he recoils from the glow. Then he points at the street, at the officer's staff, and shakes his head. Diodoros takes your useless key ring, weighs it like scrap metal, and gives you a stained brown cloak in return. The cloak smells like smoke and old rain. You tie it wrong, but the next group of strangers stares a little less. You follow the map toward a line of people waiting near a portico. If food is handed out, you need to try. The official at the front asks something you cannot answer. People behind you groan before two hands shove you out. You step away from the line with your stomach still empty. Whatever answer they needed from you, you did not have it. The map's river mark is next. You walk until the air changes, cooler and rotten, and ropes creak ahead. At the dock, men carry sacks off a boat. Nobody asks who you are. They only look at your shoulders. The foreman slaps a sack, points to a stack, then points at your mouth. The bargain is brutal, but clear. You lift until your back feels wrong. The sack digs into your shoulder, and Roman dust sticks to your sweat. A shout breaks the work. Two vigils drag a pickpocket past the dock, and nobody looks surprised enough. You hide the phone deeper under the cloak. If the wrong person decides it is stolen, strange, or sacred, you are finished. By evening, the foreman gives you bread, olives, and watered wine in a clay cup. You sniff everything before trusting it. The wine burns sour. You drink only a little, eat slowly this time, and realize night is becoming the next emergency. You follow workers toward lights because being alone feels worse. A tavern doorway spills heat, smoke, and loud voices. A tired woman in the back points to a broom, then to the floor. She does not smile, but she does not send you out. You sweep like your place on the floor depends on it. Maybe it does. Every cup you rinse buys another minute inside. One drunk man notices your shoes. He crouches, touches the rubber sole, and grins like he found treasure. You pull away too fast. The room tightens. For 1 second, every face asks whether you are weak enough to take from. The woman snaps at him and shoves the broom back into your hand. You understand the message. Work, stay small, survive. When the room empties, she points through the courtyard to a stone portico. Not a bed, not safety. Better than the street. Night Rome is not quiet. Carts move after dark, wheels grinding over stone, while shapes sleep under columns. You sit with your back to stone and count what you know. Aqua, panis. Hide the phone. Do not show money. Your phone battery is almost dead. You turn the screen on anyway, just to see proof that your old life existed. A small shape moves near the column. Lucius is there with his jug, watching the glow like it might bite him. He offers 2 figs wrapped in cloth. You offer half your bread. Neither of you has enough, but both of you understand sharing. Lucius taps his chest and says his name. Then he waits. You tap yours and say the only name you still own. You want to ask for home, year, emperor, anything. Instead, you point at the fountain mark and say, Aqua. He nods and points to the sleeping street beyond the columns. Morning. You understand that one too. Wait until light. You do not really sleep. You fade in and out, waking at every wheel, every footstep, every voice near the columns. Pale morning reaches the portico. Lucius is gone, but his jug mark in the dust points toward the fountain. You follow the mark and find the same fountain. This time you wait your turn, keep your eyes down, and drink. The bread stall opens again. The woman sees you before you reach her, then points at baskets instead of your money. You lift the baskets without asking questions. You are not confident. You are just hungry enough to understand work. Rome is still strange, but you know one fountain, one stall, and one boy's name. You look up at the sky where the clouds were. There is no hole, no sign, no way back you can understand. So you lower your head, pick up the basket, and walk toward the work. You do not know how to get home. You only know where the water is.